Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Mythic Legions Gasspar the Unamused. And this was this is part of a 2-pack for Legions Cons with this guy over here, Garwich the Unpredictable. And as you can see, this is not a 2-pack, so these are available on storehorseman.com. Now, there is a little difference between the 2-pack and these ones, and I believe the exclusives just have a couple extra heads. They may have a couple other accessories. I believe each one comes with an extra head. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get there, and I didn't have the money at the time to just get someone to pick one up for me. But that's fine, because I really don't need the extra heads. But that's just me. Anyway, you are able to get these figures, and I like the fact that they actually give you an exclusive if you are able to make it there, so it's something special. And then they put the figure out for other people where, hey, maybe you don't get everything, but you can still get the base of what you want. Great concept, to be honest. So anyway, we're going to take a look at this figure right here. We're going to look at everything that he does come with. You can see they kind of give him the a doll. I know that was with Father Christmas, or whatever his name is. I did a review on him. Anyway, we're going to take a look at everything that he does come with. On the back, you got this wonderful cross-off. If you've never seen a Mythic Legion, they are wonderful because they just kind of open up and we can slide this right out. You don't have to ruin the packaging. Now, I do have to say that this guy, his name is Gasspar the Unamused, and you can see right there. All right, look at that. So there's this extra head, and I'm kind of unamused because, well, he looks like this guy right here, Baldylockz Reviews. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of him. He has some YouTube channel, and I don't know, he tries to be cool and have like giant 3D printed F-14 Sky Strikers with his dragon. I don't know, dude. He's some weird dude. But anyway, I think he looks just like him, other than he's a little bit darker skinned. And Baldy Fox hasn't gone completely gray yet, but he'll get there eventually. Anyway, I think it's time to start this review. But if you like this type of stuff, you like when I drop a Mythic Legions review, please take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, then hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a video like this. Alright, so I got Gasspar the Unamused out, and first things first here, they do give you a little letter to let you know that the joints might be tight, so you might have to heat this up. Now, I'm going to do what I can to articulate the figure without using heat. If I feel the need to, then I will, but I like to show you guys exactly what it's like when you first get a figure of whoever it is, right? This is right out of the box. No need to heat it up, in my opinion. If it needs to be, we'll go there. So let's first take a look at the accessories. That's what I first like to do. So we'll take a look at these hands. So we just got a couple open hands. All right, I think they look decent. Clearly, he is a darker complexion, whether he be in, I don't know if that's troll mode or human mode, whatever. Version, I guess not mode. He's not a transformer. But the detail on it is good. You can see the nice fingernails there. Mythic Legions, what they are known for is their sculpt, their paint, their soft goods, their accessories. They do an absolute wonderful job. So if you never have had one, I really do recommend, if you're a toy collector, pick one up. See if it's something that you enjoy. He's got a couple fists. All right. And of course, they're making a good fist. You know what I would love to see? I would love to see somebody make a figure that has a fist that is improper, with the thumb tucked underneath. Then you can have an alternate hand with the thumb breaking when they punch someone. Anyway, so there's the hands. Here we have this, I don't know if it's a nutcracker. Someone said that they thought it was a one of the puppets that they would play with. Not sure. He came with Father Christmas. I think it's Father Christmas, right? Anyway, nice paint on the hat here. All right, you can see the crown that he's wearing. He's got the rosy cheeks, good eyes. The paint is almost always pristine on a Mythic Legion, a 4 Horseman figure. Get the buttons that are painted right there. Clearly has 2 different color arms and 2 different color legs, and they kind of offset each other. Here we have these nunchucks. I'm not going to lie, the nunchucks are a big selling point for me. All right. You don't want to get hit with these. I mean, nunchucks would hurt hard, bad enough as it is, but you got these kind of spikes on it. The nice painted brown handle, so you can see the detail right there. An actual chain, so they're actually able to move. Something different than, let's say, with G.I. Joe Classified or Marvel Legends. So I like this. Again, if you pull, it's not a real chain. It's a plastic chain, so you do have to be careful. And then we have this nice long staff. It does not come apart. It's got this couple little details here. I guess if you really wanted to, you could use it as a stun gun or a stun prouder. If you wanted to use it in some sort of other display. He's got the handle back here. And there's really no detail to it. I don't even think there's any paint apps on this. But it does look really nice. And I think it's going to work with him. But again, I think we're going to use the nunchucks. Then we're going to get the our Baldylockz review figure. And yes, he has a darker skin complexion. And obviously his beard is grayer. But if you don't see Baldylockz, I guess that's on you. I also don't see that I look like Leatherneck, but everyone else thinks so. So, looking at it here, we got the nice eyes. Paint looks amazing. This beard and the different paint apps that they have in it, so you can see he's not only just gray, he has a lot of white through it. It gives it texture, it gives it depth throughout this, throughout the whole figure. You can see this nice scrunch mark in his head. Eyebrows are awesome. He's got a nice nostrils. Look at that nose sticking right up there. And look at even the detail on the ear. So everything here looks absolutely great. I think that is a great face sculpt. A great head sculpt, I guess you could say. I'm going to throw that right over here. Now we're going to look at this figure. And let's hope we can get him completely in frame. So I'm not really sure what type of creature he is here. If you're a big Mythic Legions fan, please tell me in the description so I know exactly what it is that I'm looking at. But as we can see, he kind of has the same shaped head, all right? But he's got way more wrinkles in the forehead. He does have what looks to be protruding, not eyebrows, but someone who knows the skeletal structure. But just protruding over the eyes there. Just white eyes. All right, I don't see any type of pupil in it. Again, big nose here. Teeth that are just sticking up, which I think looks pretty damn good. Same style of beard. As you can see, it's painted with two different tones of white. All right, big lip underneath here. This is a guy that I would be scared to run into a dark alley. Again, I'd probably be scared to run into anyone in a dark alley because I shouldn't be in a dark alley. He does have these nice soft goods, which have a wired cape on it. All right. Look at this. He's got some chains, and I guess I have to remove. Some of these. So wired, not cape, wired robe. So you're gonna be able to make him move, and make everything just kind of flow as he walks, which again is really nice. They do a wonderful job, and their wired capes are normally pretty spot on. All right, so let's pop this head off really quick. Again, I didn't notice this. Just a little bit of plastic. Here is his a couple necklaces. I don't know, maybe he's trying to be Mr. T here. I pity the fool. I pity the fool that takes off my necklace. I think we need some big earrings and feather earrings and everything for Mr. T. But anyway, nice detail right here. They might be some beads for other parts. I don't know, dude. Now we're just kind of getting dirty, aren't we? All right. So we'll take this off here. Hopefully this works out a little bit easier than the last figure that I took the soft goods off of. So this is just going to go right over that way. And here we can look at it just a little bit better here. All right. And it is thick. We don't have to worry about it. Just kind of, it shouldn't tear out that easy. I don't want to say we shouldn't worry about it. I mean, it could. This is just kind of rolled over. Again, he looks like some sort of monk. Maybe that's why he's unamused. But again, the wired cape, so you can just kind of move it wherever you need to. And then here we're going to have the, I guess the skirt. I'm not really sure exactly what this would be called. Now, does this come off? I know it comes off because everything in Mythic Legions comes off. But whether I'm taking this off because I really don't want to take apart the body. But underneath it, he has a his cover, I guess. I don't really think it's called his underwear, but his undergarments. This is plastic. All right. So when you look at the detail, it looks like it is stitched. I mean, it is made to look very similar to this cloth that you have there. Again, Mythic Legions, 4 Horsemen, they do an absolute wonderful job when it comes to stuff like this. We're going to see if we can snap on Baldy's head right here. All right. Now, looking at all the detail here, wonderful belt. I mean, look at that belt buckle. That is awesome. That could give a big Texan buckle a run for its money. You have a couple pouches right here, the paint right there on the buttons, and the wear and tear on it. It really sets it off. I mean, I talked about this so much, the depth that certain action figures will give you. All right, you got this belt that just kind of runs around. Again, 2 little spots of paint go extremely far. Here you have a loop where I can probably put the nunchucks, or if you have a sword, all that stuff will kind of fit right in there. You gotta love this here. This is just kind of a metal ring that it's supposed to be that's going to hold everything together. And that paint there, if this was all one color, you'd be like, well, that's a nice design, but it just doesn't pop. Right there, it pops completely. All right. And right down to the detail of the back pieces right here. So everything is awesome. Here's their system, if you were wondering. So if you want to put wings on them, you can put the wing system on it, whether it be plugging directly into his back here, or there's another piece that can kind of plug in there. So that is why you're seeing that. I gotta say, that is a very unkindly look if you have him shirtless like this, but as long as you're looking at the front, it wouldn't be that bad. Alright, so as for the articulation, and again, this is where Mythic Legion, 4 Horsemen, where they have suffered for quite some time. I know that they are working on new bucks. Hopefully it resolves a lot of that issue, but I always say when you spend the money on a 4 Horsemen figure, you're not buying for articulation. You are buying for sculpt, for paint, for the accessories. And I stand by it so far in what I see here. So, he can look up that far, but man, does that look weird if you're at the wrong angle. I guess if you're looking at him face down, not that bad, but from the side, just not going to work. And you can't really look down as he has a very large beard. He can look side to side. Alright, as for his T-pose, again, I am not heating him up as of now. If I feel the need to, I will. There's his T-pose, which is pretty good. This guy is jacked, all right? I'm just going to say it. This guy is absolutely jacked beyond belief. His arms swivel. And he's like... he kind of looks like Chris Jericho here. Come break the walls down. Like, break the walls down! I don't know why I just did that, but I did. 90-degree elbows, and again, this is where I talk about the lack thereof with the articulation, but you know what you're already getting. All right. Here we have some nice wraps that go around, and you just kind of look at the detail on it. And I think, to me, this looks really good. It is plastic. It is part of it, but it looks like it could be actual cloth, which is wonderful. And then no trigger fingers. I always say every figure should come with a trigger finger, but I definitely understand why Mythic Legions won't, because they're not in that arena of having guns back in this fantasy world that they're doing. So hands look good there. As for his crunch, he can go down about that far, and then he can go back up that far. He doesn't really have an ab crunch. It is based at the waist from everything that I can tell. But he's able to turn and he's able to move enough. But when you look at those abs, I mean, you know this guy is doing some sort of crunches. He's doing some bench pressing. I mean, look at the stridation here and these arms. Just, yeah, kind of amazing. All right, as for the Jean-Claude Van Damme, they're able to get a perfect Jean-Claude Van Damme without drop-down hips. He can kick somewhat straight up, as this is going to be in the way. All right, there is your knee bend. All right, get 90 degrees. Again, no double knees. You have the same types of wraps that are going to go around his shins. And then obviously you have your ankle rockers. So the question really does become, how easily can he stand? And I don't think it's going to be too difficult, to be honest. All right. Big feet makes it really easy to stand there. We're going to throw him up. We're going to definitely make this guy, not make him, but let's arm him up again. We're going to throw his necklace on. And we're going to throw this over him. I don't know what this is called. If you know what it is, please let me know in the comments. Now, I don't know why he's walking around with this little toy. If someone knows, please let me know in the comments. As I mentioned here, I'm thinking that we can kind of slide. Maybe we can't. That piece is just a little bit too big. But if we want to, if you want to, we can just kind of roll this over or fit it right through there. All right. And now the nunchucks are just going to hang there. You can see there's a handle here. So he's clearly going to be able to hold whatever this is, his nightstick. That'd be his giant nightstick. Like so. And again, we can open up the hand. It is a pretty... Hand did not break. That's what happens when you try and pry something open like that. Wow. This hand does not want to grasp onto that all that easy. So we'll grasp it first, then we'll plug it in there. I know, that's what she said. And now, he's all set. All right. So there you go. Look, there he is. I think he looks pretty damn cool. Again, no problem getting him to stand. You can see that the hand does come off. And again, I didn't do any damage to it. A lot of times when you're trying to put something, some figures, some brands, you want to sometimes take their hands off before you try and pose them. Mezco is a big one. Maybe Mythic Legions is one that I also have to do too, or Four Horsemen. All right. But these hands are really tight. I wish they used a softer plastic maybe. All right. So what we're going to do is pop that hand off. Let's kind of throw a fist on here. Make him in a fighting mood, even though he looks like he's some sort of monk. All right. And let's throw this up here. Let's see if we can get up on 1 foot. Might be a little difficult. Again, I mentioned before, not the greatest desk. Or a table. It's not really a desk. If it was a desk, it wouldn't kind of collapse the way that it does. I don't think I'm going to get him on 1 foot right now. Nope. But fully understandable. And kind of throw up that nunchuck here. That there. So I think, as you can see, he's actually fairly easy to pose and to get to stand. Depending on what type of feature what type of pose you want to get them in. So anyway, I think this is a pretty fun figure, pretty good looking figure. I can't have too many complaints about it. So let's wrap this up. All right, so there you go. That is the Gasspar the Unamused review. Again, this is the single figure, not the 2-pack from Legions Con. Again, if you got that one and you're a completist, maybe you need to have this. Maybe that was one like myself that you said, I really want that. I really don't want to spend 120 or 130. I forget what it was. I think 130, 135 bucks to get that, as awesome as it is. And then when I saw them put that up there, I was like, hey, you know what? I could live without the other 2 heads. Although, I do wish I had the alternate head for that one over there. But we'll get into that when we do the review, right? This one here I'm perfectly fine with. And all the jokes about Baldylockz, hey, it's all in fun. Right here, boom. That's a picture of him and I hanging out at Joe Fest. So, I don't think there's any hard feelings. There might be after this. Hopefully not, because the guy's running around with a big giant F-14 Sky Striker. I mean, that's pretty cool. And I will leave a link to that video in the description too. So if you're just wondering what I'm talking about, or even what his channel is, that's how you can find it. So anyway, I'm going to get out of there. There is your Gasspar the Unamused. He actually looks pretty amused, to be honest. And he seems like a pretty damn good figure. Again, like most of the 4 Horsemen, Mythic Legion stuff that I've gotten, I can't complain too much. So I'm going to get out of here. You stayed this long, you're like, damn, you make some pretty good videos. And I'm like, I really do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop something like this. But I'm going, but you're like, hey, I need to see more. And I'm like, hell yeah, you do. Right up here is another Mythic Legion 4 Horsemen review, and down here will be a playlist of all the 4 Horsemen stuff that I've done. Take care.